All right, so we got one or two films coming out for Guy Ritchie this year. Is this first film, which has been delayed quite a while, worth it? Let's talk about that. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Operation Fortune, Ruse de guerre. This film is, of course, directed by Guy Ritchie. Okay, so the film that is the Operation Fortune, Ruse de guerre, which I guess means Rules of War, is a much delayed film that, of course, stars Jason Statham and people like Aubrey Plaza and Cary Elwes and Hugh Grant and, of course, Josh Hartnett. And it's basically a Mission Impossible British version style of film where a group of individuals led by Fortune, who was played by Jason Statham, are tasked to find this thing called the Handle, and basically each individual in this group of spies, I guess you could say, which also includes Bugzy Malone, basically have to find a way to retrieve this handle from an individual that's played by, of course, Hugh Grant. And as you expect, this is very much a kind of British version of Mission Impossible. They have set of like ideas they have to do. They're very good at that, doing that. They have another opposition on the way, and they have to rescue this before all heck breaks loose. So with that said, that's kind of your synopsis. There's not really much more to it than that. And so this film is a much delayed film. Like I said earlier, it's Guy Ritchie, I think, filmed it in 2020 or something like that, or 2021. It is a film that was supposed to come out like either last year or the year before. Pandemic, of course, pushed it back. It was taken off the schedule. It's the fact that it's finally releasing is kind of surprising because this is a film that I figured maybe would go like direct to video or something like that. But with that said, it's finally releasing in the first week of March, which is kind of the offset of like the really bad movies into the good movies. But with a film like this, with the fact that's been pushed back, the question remains, is this a good Guy Ritchie film? Is this a bad Guy Ritchie film? Is this a film worth watching? Yes and no. It's fine. It's a movie that, is very Guy Ritchie. You're either going to love his style or you're not. I think I prefer, Guy Ritchie when he's doing stuff like Wrath of Man or, I don't know, anything that he's done in his past. This feels like a movie that's very disjointed. It feels like it's trying to be the British Mission Impossible with, of course, the outlier, which, of course, is Aubrey Plaza, who plays an American. It's a movie that has a lot of fun characters, including people like Josh Hartnett, who seems to be the go-to person outside of Jason Statham for Guy Ritchie at this point. Hugh Grant, of course, chews scenery like no other person can. He's, always great in everything he is in now. It's just how he is. But I think the main problem I have with this movie and the thing that kind of bothers me about it is the simple fact that it doesn't really have a plot that makes a lot of sense. It just goes from set piece to set piece. It's one of those movies that it feels like the structure and storytelling aspects just really aren't there, to be fairly honest. It feels like, you have the mission, which is being cohorted and basically run by Cary Elwes' character. You have the pawns and pieces like Jason Statham, who is the main actor in this movie. You get all the subordinates who have their bits and pieces and stuff like that. And it leads to a conclusion that you kind of see coming, to be fairly honest. It really isn't that surprising. And I don't know if it's meant to be that surprising, but I just kind of wish maybe I expected more of this. I don't know. At this point, who knows what you're going to get when you get the Guy Ritchie films. It really is. It's a film that has a lot of great style to it, but not a lot of great substance. It's a movie that has, fun characters, but the characters don't really have any well-dimensional riff to them. And in the end, I think it's a movie that, took me a lot longer to watch than I was expecting. It's only an hour and 54 minutes, but it felt like a 3-hour movie. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I don't like to bag on movies like that, but I expected more out of this movie, to be fairly honest, especially with the cast. I think The Gentleman and, the movies that he's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, there is a good Guy Ritchie there, but I think sometimes he gets stuck in these films like this and Aladdin where, he just keeps doing films and it brings into a filmography that just kind of is substandard a lot of times. There's a movie I think he's doing with Jake Gyllenhaal that comes out in April that is actually a film that he filmed last year or something like that. So it's kind of funny that he has a film coming out in March and a film coming out in April. But I don't know. It feels like Guy Ritchie's just spinning the wheels again. And this is also to me, very honest, is not a very good looking movie. It's actually kind of flat, and it's just it tries to be too many things at once. Once again, it tries to be a version of Mission Impossible, and it just feels like Mission Impossible light, to be fairly honest. I think once again the actors and actresses are having fun in this movie. Everybody is not terrible in this movie, but once again the movie just doesn't rise to the occasion of being a very interesting spy action thriller. And in the end, I just wasn't a huge fan of this movie. It doesn't make it a terrible movie, but it's not a movie I'm going to remember like in 3 months or something like that. So, but with that said, there are much worse films out right now. Look at Ant-Man or something like that. You know, there are much worse films that you could spend your hour and 54 minutes. Just know going in that this isn't top tier Guy Ritchie. This is kind of what you expect in this day and age, which for better or worse is Guy Ritchie. So take that for what it's worth. But anyways, with that said, that's going to do it. That's going to be my take on this film, Operation Fortune, Ruse de guerre. I hate that title very, very much. Operation Fortune, it's fine. Ruse de guerre, I know they're trying to be clever, but I can't stand this title at all. But anyways, with that said, that is my take on this film. As always, thank you so much for watching. Comments below, let me know what you think of the film if you watch it. Let me know what you think, you know, of Guy Ritchie in general, like his films and stuff like that. So anyways, with that said, thank you so much. If you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next film. Peace out.